Okay, so Moshe saw his gav, his back, okay, and he still is a being of light, and to such a degree that when Moshe interacted with him and he came down the mountain, he himself shone. There is something about the image of God, the form of God, we could use that word, Gideon, the image and form of God, that it has a primary role and we have a secondary antecedent role to reflect that. That's partly how the image of God works. But the question is this, is God does have a form, God does have an image. What is it? Okay? And the New Covenant would tell us that the culmination, the highest revelation of the image of God is Messiah himself. Go to Ezekiel 1. In Ezekiel 1, you will literally see a being who looks like he's made out of glorious moltenous material from the waist up, and from the waist down he has like this bronzous material, and he is literally in the form of a man. It literally says in Ezekiel 1, he is in the form of Ben Adam, in the form of the Son of Man. Okay? And he is enthroned on the cherubim, on the cherubim. All right? That being is described in multiple scriptures. He is the form of God. Okay? That being, now this part is trippy. That being is separate from the being up in the heavens. Okay? Which the New Testament will come to give a name to. Okay? The Torah will say that's Elohim or God, which is a wider, broader term, and we'll call that Father. But the specific revelation of the form of God locally on the ground, they will call him Yahweh. Okay? But then they lose that name, and they lose the ability to pronounce it, and they're not allowed to say it, all this kind of thing. And part of the gospel is restoring the name of God, and instead of it sounding like Yehovah or Yahweh or Yehovah, it's Yeshua. Yeshua has given the name above all names. He is the name of God revealed. He is the image of God, which is why in the Transfiguration, he takes on the form of the being described in Ezekiel 1. Which is why literally, almost word for word, that being described in Ezekiel 1 and Isaiah 6. In Revelation 2, John sees Yeshua, and he's described this way. He is the local Yahweh. He is the local Yahweh. So while it is confusing, how could he do the job of man and the job of God? I grant, that is confusing, but the scripture will maintain that first off, the scripture will maintain this clearly, that the functions of both he will perform and be the head. Okay? That's what scripture maintains. Give me everything. Okay? All authority only on the earth. No. All authority in heaven and on earth. All. You know what all means in Greek? All. Okay? All means all. All right? He's given all authority in heaven and on earth. So let's see, we're still recording with that. And we have one more question. What was your question about?
Is the partnership equal?
Is the partnership with Messiah equal? Is the partnership with Messiah equal?
Like, is the labor itself equal?
Let's answer that in another video. GoPro, stop recording.